It is 40,000 years ago. You are a human, standing on an open plain, and the sun is going down. You have no flashlight, no walls, no lock on any door because you have no door. In about 20 minutes, the world you can see is going to shrink to almost nothing. And in that darkness are things with better eyes than you, better ears than you, and a very specific interest in meat. You weigh maybe 60 kilograms. You cannot see. And you are, to put it bluntly, on the menu. And yet, somehow, you have ancestors, millions of them, which means every single one survived this exact moment, night after night for 2 million years. If even one of them had failed just once, on just one dark night, you would not exist. So the question is not a small one. How did creatures this fragile survive the most dangerous 8 hours of every single day? Because here is the thing. The dark was not just scary. For most of human history, the dark was the single most reliable way to die. And the answer to how we'd beat it is not just a list of survival tricks. It is the story of how we became human in the first place, of fire, of fear, and of the very first stories ever told. Let's start with the obvious question nobody asks. Why are we so afraid of the dark to begin with? Almost every human being on Earth feels it. A prickle on the back of the neck when the lights go out. This is not weakness. It is not childish. It is a 2 million-year-old alarm system, and it is working perfectly. Humans are daytime animals. Our eyes are built for sunlight and color, not for shadows. In near total darkness, our vision is close to useless. We bump, we stumble, we freeze. But the animals that hunt us do not have that problem. To a leopard, a moonless night is not darkness. It is a hunting light. The ecologist Craig Packer spent years studying lion attacks in Tanzania. He found something chilling. Attacks on humans spiked in the days right after a full moon when the nights turned darkest. The lesson was written into our ancestors in blood. Fear the dark, and you might live. Ignore it, and you feed a lion. So the fear you feel is not a bug. It is a gift handed down from every ancestor who was smart enough to be afraid. But fear alone does not keep you alive. You cannot outrun a leopard in the dark. You need a weapon the leopard does not understand. And around 1 million years ago, our ancestors found one. They found fire. Now, fire was not invented. Fire was everywhere. Lightning, wildfires, volcanic cracks. The genius was not making fire. The genius was refusing to let it die. Picture the first human who carried a burning branch back to the group. That person changed the species forever. Because fire did something no claw and no muscle ever could. It pushed the darkness back. Suddenly, there was a circle. Inside the circle, warmth, light, and safety. Outside, the same old dark. No predator on Earth willingly walks into fire. For the first time in 2 million years, the night had a wall. The Harvard anthropologist Richard Dragon argues that fire did far more than protect us. It rebuilt our bodies. Cooked food is softer and easier to digest. It gave us more energy from less chewing. That extra energy fed the most expensive organ we own, the human brain. So the fire in the dark was not just keeping us alive, it was quietly making us smarter. But here is where it gets truly interesting. Because the most important thing fire gave us was not heat, and it was not even safety. It was time. Fire gave our ancestors something no animal had ever had before. It gave them the night. Think about it. Before fire, when the sun set, your day was simply over. You huddled, and you waited for morning. After fire, the day did not end at sunset. It stretched. 4, 5, 6 extra hours of being awake together in the light. And what do humans do when they are safe, warm, awake, and have nothing urgent to do? They talk. An anthropologist named Polly Wiesner decided to actually measure this. She lived with the Juhoansi people of the Kalahari. She recorded what people talked about by day and what they talked about by night. The difference was staggering. By daylight, talk was practical. Complaints, gossip, who did what, plans for tomorrow. But at night, by the fire, almost everything changed. around 80% of night talk was stories. Stories of ancestors, of distant lands, of spirits, and heroes, and things that had never happened and never could. This is the moment historians believe when human imagination was truly born. Not in the daylight, but in the dark, by the fire. The firelight did not just keep the leopards out, it invented culture, myth, and memory that could outlive a single life. Every religion, every legend, every bedtime story you have ever heard traces back to those faces glowing in the dark. So the dark did not just make us afraid. By forcing us around the fire, it made us storytellers. But eventually, even the best story ends, and the fire burns low. And you still have to do the most dangerous thing of all. You have to sleep. Sleep is terrifying when you think about it. For 8 hours, you are blind, deaf, and completely defenseless. So how did ancient humans dare to close their eyes in a world full of things that wanted to eat them? The answer is that they did not sleep the way you think they did. In fact, they may not have slept the way you do at all. The historian Roger E. Kirk dug through thousands of old diaries, letters, and court records. And he kept finding the same strange phrase over and over, the first sleep and the second sleep. For most of human history, people did not sleep in one long block. They slept in two. They fell asleep after dark, woke naturally around midnight, and stayed awake for an hour or two. And that quiet hour in the middle of the night had a purpose you might not expect. Some tended the fire. Some talked softly. Some simply lay there, watching the dark. And that watching mattered. Because a group that sleeps in slightly different rhythms is a group where someone is almost always awake. Scientists call this the sentinel hypothesis, the idea that scattered sleep is not a flaw, it is a security system. A researcher named David Sams untested it with the Hadzae, a hunter-gatherer people in Tanzania. He tracked the sleep of a group across many nights, and he found something remarkable. Over more than 200 minutes of observation, there were only 18 minutes when every single person was asleep at once. 18 minutes. For the rest of the night, someone, somewhere, always had their eyes open. No guards were assigned. No schedule was made. The group protected itself simply by being human and imperfect at sleeping. It is one of the most elegant survival strategies ever discovered, and nobody ever designed it. It just happened. And then, after the fear, the fire, the stories, and the broken sleep, the thing they were all waiting for finally arrives. The sky turns gray, then pink, then gold, and your body, ancient and modern alike, responds. A surge of the hormone cortisol pushes you awake, right on cue as light returns to the world. You made it. You survived the dark, and in a few hours, you will have to do the entire thing all over again. So, how did ancient humans survive the dark? They feared it, and the fear kept them sharp. They tamed fire and drew a circle of light the predators would not cross. They gathered inside it, and they talked. They told the first stories, and in the dark, they invented imagination itself. They slept in pieces, so that someone was always watching. And the thread running through all of it, across every culture and every dark night, is the same. They never faced the dark alone. Today, we have beaten the dark completely. A switch on the wall erases it. Our cities never sleep. The night is optional. But something went quiet when the fires went out. We lost the stars. We lost the second sleep. We lost the circle of faces telling stories in the flickering light. The ancient humans did not have electricity. They did not have locks, or walls, or a single safe night in their entire lives. What they had was a fire, a story, and each other. And it turns out, against 2 million years of darkness, that was enough.